Would you like me to tell you the story of the black boy? The story of love and hate. You see, there's this weird thing I've noticed being a black man and encountering other black men. There's two things that happen when we cross paths for the first time. Love or hate. Love. There's the noble nod. A feeling of mutual respect and friendship. An instant ally against a world structured against us. An ancestral bond that goes back further than blood or nationality. Beyond reason and rationality. An ancient connection and understanding. A brother. Or hate. And I'm their enemy. And it's an unprovoked, unsolicited reaction. They don't recognise the nod. This screw face. They dare me to look at them, then take it as a declaration of war. Have you got a problem? Have you got a problem?
What?
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
No, sir. I don't bite my thumb at you, sir, but I bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
No, sir.
Then don't look at me. But is that the real story of the black boy? Or is that just what they've written for us? Force-fed us a narrative that black on black violence is rife. Pick a side, ally or enemy. This constant depiction of black boys as warring with each other in the media has filtered into our realities. We fear our own reflection, distrust our brothers and fathers' image. The screw face or the noble nod. We don't offer each other a middle ground. We see smiles as weaknesses. Imagine if we realised that we have absolutely no reason to hate or fear each other. If we use that energy instead to fight the negative stereotype placed on us. Imagine if we reclaim our own story. Imagine if black boys just smiled at each other.
What the noble nod means to me in my generation is...
It's a difficult one, because we never questioned it. It was what was done.
It means acceptance and acknowledgement.
So like when you see someone walking down the street and you nod to them, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, like, I don't know you, but like, what's up?
It's respect. It's like a mutual understanding that we're both different, but we're the same.
It's almost an unspoken symbol of synergy between people.
I guess when I was younger, it was more so a temperature check to get an understanding of what people were feeling in the environments I was in.
Everybody from my parents' generation, that Windrush generation, stuck together as black people. It was only when it was outside, when I kind of travelled, and you're seeing black people you don't know, but you wanted to know, or you were curious about. It was an innate thing. It's like, oh yeah, I don't know that brother there, but you know, what else say?
Safety, you know, it's camaraderie. You understand each other on a level which nobody else can understand. And I think that's been passed on to us from previous generations.
Just to make each other feel a little bit safe.
And then it became a connection to my black self and my black family. Like it's almost in the absence of other black people, that's when it becomes something deeper.
Where I come from in Jamaica, yes, people don't nod at each other because you see a black person every day. It's just another day. Are you with me? So when we come to this country, there are not as many black people. So you know, but this nodding thing is just to say, hi, you're here as well. Hi, how are you doing?
I think the noble nod is different to each generation. Obviously, we're in different times now compared to what was, and what will be is another time then. And so therefore, I think looking for that reassurance from a person from your culture, it will become less of a thing to gain in the future, because we should all have each other's back. So that's what hopefully we're working towards anyway, is that we're all there for each other no matter what your skin colour is.
Or if I nod at someone and they don't nod back to me, then actually it makes me quite self-conscious. If it's an older person, then I'm wondering why I'm not worth their acknowledgement, maybe. And if it's a younger person, then I just think like they're not grown yet, they don't understand the importance of it.
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? Because you put all your trust into somebody else, and then when they don't return that, it's like, you know, they're just throwing your trust away.
It's just a thing. It's inherent. Like, it just is. So when somebody doesn't do that, there is part of me which says, is this person all right? Like, who hurt them? Like, why are you not connecting on that level?
It's kind of like when you put your hand up to like for someone and then they just don't see you and you're like, oh damn. But it's not really that deep, I don't think. Like if someone if you nod at someone and then they don't really let on, it's kind of like, okay, like you just keep it pushing. You don't really, I don't dwell on it too much.
It's a weird thing. How can you not nod back at somebody who nods at you? It's almost like they're in the sunken place.
As an older person articulating it, everybody has a different life experience, etc. But early days, that was it. It was like, if you never nodded me back, I've done with you. It might as well have just slapped me in the face. The disrespect was the same. So I would say it was worse not to, because it was expected to.
The screw face is something new to me. I really don't understand why someone would have that much resentment for a stranger. I think it's a mask. I think it's a defence mechanism.
So it's always been a symbol of somebody not being happy about something or not happy in your presence?
Obviously, it's like the opposite. So it's fear and a complete misunderstanding of who this person is opposite you. And I think that's been, you know, that has been sort of projected onto us. But I think a screw face for me now is where I think where we are with our generation, is that, you know, you can give the screw face to anybody who annoys you.
I used to have resting bitch face, so maybe, but it wasn't on purpose. And if somebody was to speak to me or I was to catch somebody's eye, I would go from normal to, you know, smile, nod, whatever.
It's not intentional. It's just like, I'm not thinking. I'm just music. I'm listening to music and I'm just walking. So it could be interpreted as screw facing, but I don't see it as screw facing. It's just kind of just me walking.
But back in the day, I don't believe that media believed, you know, it was worth showing black people in positive light.
I just don't think they see us this way. They don't see us as, you know, we're just one-dimensional.
In this day and age, we do see ourselves represented in a lot of different ways. That's because we have pushed for that, though. It's not because they want to show us the breadth of who we are.
Yeah, I do think there's a lack of images of black men smiling in the media. I think we need to see more. I think it probably does have something to do with media bias. I think they have profited from the idea of the dangerous black man for so long. It's easy for them.
Because it doesn't feed into the narrative that they're trying to tell, you know? And that narrative has to feed into itself. So we kind of, yeah, it's a monster that eats itself. The less we see it on TV, the more we don't do it in real life. And then therefore, so, you know, when we start filming things of black boys not smiling at each other, so it's just like a vicious circle, basically.
Well, there are things that slip through the net. There are exceptions to the rule, and when they do get made, I think they shine bright.
How do I feel seeing a group of black boys on the street? There's kind of like a weird initial subconscious fear, which I can't really explain. It just shows the impact and the power that social media and the news has on your brain is quite amazing. But then I kind of have to sort of step back and get over that and go, wait, that's ridiculous thinking. Obviously because I'm half black.
I feel happy to see them walking down the streets, especially in a group, because I remember a time when we wouldn't feel safe walking down the streets because of how people would perceive us, but also because of how we would appear to other groups.
I don't feel any way. They're just another of my kind, and it's okay, you know?
I don't think anything other than, are these guys gonna nod, really? Are these guys gonna let on?
I make a conscious decision as an adult to inject that situation with positivity and I don't let the negative stereotypes that have been drilled into me throughout the years have an effect on me in that moment.
I don't particularly like it. Don't like seeing young people all blacked out and ballied up. Especially don't like seeing all the ballied up, because I know enough of the youths who are all blacked out and they're lovely.
I've experienced somebody being scared of me on the street. Yes. You know, there's that typical thing of walking behind somebody and they clutch the bag, or, you know, they walk a little faster, or they do that little glance over the shoulder and they go, "Ooh."
If somebody looks as though they're scared of me or pretend to be scared of me, I just cross the road, walk on the other side.
It's a situation where you have to make the other person feel more comfortable. You almost feel obliged to do that, especially if it's a woman, and yeah, a lot of the time I have no issue doing that. It's just an awkward situation to be put into.
Not that bothered. If you know, you have to deal with your fear. But I don't care. You deal with it. If you find me intimidating, if you need to grab hold of your purse, grab hold of it if it makes you feel good. If you need to cross the street, you know, there were times, obviously, I can say this now as an adult, there were times it bothered me.
I think I feel annoyed. I feel a little bit sad. If I feel like it's down to my race, then it makes me a little bit angry because it's not justified in any way. If I feel like it's down to my gender, then I'm like, oh, well, fair enough.
I know myself enough to know that what they've seen on television, those stereotypes, those incorrect images, those incorrect ideas are not me. But when I was a lot younger, my gosh, they would really impact me. So I'd go away thinking to myself, what do I have to do to avoid those situations and make people think about me differently?
What black boy joy means to me, it's pride in knowing who we are as a people. It's pride in knowing how far we've come as a culture, and it's something we should see more.
So on a personal level, Black Joy is, you know, I just go back, you know, young Black Joy is my childhood. It's joyous, fun, like childhood should be. Didn't really care about much of what was going on in the world.
Simply black males laughing and enjoying the company of other black males, and it's huge because over the years it's something that we just haven't seen enough of.
Black boy joy means to me like gassing up your friends, like a sense of unity, a sense of like black excellence, like this is us, like we're doing this.
Black boy joy means to me empowerment, joy, lifting everybody up and moving as a community.
Black boy joy means to me clarity, beauty, resilience and positivity in the face of overwhelming prejudice.
Black boy joy is us seeing what's beautiful about one another, and black boy joy is just love, man.